Hello and welcome to Barre. This is a mixture of ballet, Pilates and other fitness elements, and it's going to work best today if you're in socks or in bare feet. And for today you need no extra props, just whatever you are using for a bar, whether that's the back of the chair, edge of the table, the sofa, even the wall, something that can give you a little bit of support for most of the exercises today, and then we'll finish with some core on the floor or on a mat. But no extra handheld props for today. We're going to make a start either at the bar, face on, or if you feel more confident in the centre. I'm going to do it in the centre because it's easier for you to see from the camera. But if you are at your bar, you are face on, two hands on, and we're going to be doing a little bit of movement through the body to start. So let's make a start. Play. We're going to take a little lift of the chest, come back down again. We'll do that one more time. Close. So feet underneath the sit bones, round the spine. Press the arms down and reaching up through the top of the head. One more time, curve. Reach away. We're going to reach one arm. So it's going to come across the body nice and slow. I'm going to pull back through the elbow. I'm thinking about my pelvis staying to the front and stacking up tall through the spine. Let's take that 4 times a little faster. Starting to deepen the breathing into the backs of the lungs. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to slightly open out the arm. Reach away from you. You could have your other hand onto your bar if you are face onto the bar. Or if that is a little faster again, getting that slight rotation through the torso, not through the pelvis though. We're going to take a curve of the arm. You can take a bend of the knees. Open it up so it's a slight flexion and a high release extension. Faster again, over and open. And again, the other arm can just be resting by your side or placed onto the bar. We're going to take that into a side bend, up and over. Reach away. Think of that wide circle, lift to curve. We're going to go 4 times faster. And again, you can take a bend of the knees if that's more comfortable, or 2 long legs if you prefer. We're going to go back to our lift of the chest and release. Really feel that deep breathing into the backs of the lungs. Make sure the knees aren't locked. Curve the spine, maybe a plie there. You can take that with your 2 hands on the bar, round it over. We're going to go again with the other arm. So it's going to reach across for 2. Pull it back through the elbow. 2 slow, 4 fast. Everything coming up. 4 fast, here we go, rotate. Reaching long shoulder height. Trying not to pinch back through the shoulder, but just think wide with the elbow. Same thing again, extending the arm. And it's just a little gentle look in that direction. Don't feel you have to look all the way to the hand. 4 times faster. Trying to keep a stillness, stability but not rigidity through the legs and the pelvis. With a curve. Open up, take it over. A little bit of flexion extension, again with a little faster, can be on straight legs if you prefer. Can keep that plie going. That's going to come into a side bend, reach it up and over. Oh, we were so close. You timed out on me now. Second side bend and up and over. You've got 4 of them fast. Here we go. Up and over. And 2. And 3. Last one. Just start rolling the spine down, curving gently through the back. Bend the knees as and when you need to, until we're just hanging over for a second. Take a little wiggle there. Nice and gentle through the shoulders. Try and give the head a little nod. Try and give the head a little shake. If it's appropriate to you, a little stretch through the backs of the legs. And a bend once again. One more time, stretching as far as feels comfortable. We're going to slowly unroll through the spine. Smoothly come up. Let's take a little heel raise on either foot. So just gently shifting, but not too much through the pelvis. Just a little transfer of weight over the center of the supporting foot. We're going to turn that into a peel of the whole foot coming up and down. We're going to slowly start to walk that out into a turned out position. So walking out into our first position, And just take a moment to stand, have a little look at yourself. Just notice the rotation on both legs. Don't feel you need to get the feet flat. It's coming from the top of the legs, so that when you bend your knees go out over the centre of the foot. Let's just start to peel those back in. Coming back to parallel. And placing the feet back together. We are going to move ourselves to our bar, or move our bar to us, in my case. Now pick that up and put that there, I think. That looks good for me. Let's go for it. So we're going to take that into a plie exercise. We're going to be starting at our bar in a second position. So from your rotated first, just separate the legs a little bit outside of hip distance, maybe shoulder distance apart. Place your two hands onto your bar. We're going to start with some rotation from the top of the leg. So we're going to think heels out and in. And I'm thinking about my glutes wrapping to bring the legs back in again. Whoop. Inside thighs wrapping around the thigh bones. Growing tall through the top of the head. We're going to turn that into some plies. We're going to come back to second. We're going to bend for two and raise for two. Bend for two. Raise for two. So I'm thinking of sit bones just dropping straight down in space and lengthening the legs back up. Inside thighs aiming together, even though they're nowhere near each other. We're going to turn that into some rises. Lifting through the foot, pressing down. Lifting and pressing down. Nice and slow, spongy, no snapping at the top. Just slow rise through the foot. Does not have to be too high, it can be a little lower. Lengthening up the front and back of the spine. We're going to go up to come down and up. Plie and rise. So we're staying on the ball of the foot. Again, it can be low, that's okay too. As high an arch as you feel is appropriate to your body. Trying to maintain that turn out through the leg. We're going to break that up a little bit. It's going to go down for 3 and away. Down, 2, 3. So little stops and then a lengthen up. Don't think snapping through the knees, just think lengthening upwards to the sky. Down, 2, 3. We're going to change direction on that. It's down, up, up, up. So the 3 little pauses on the way up this time. And if you need to, you can always place the heels down and do this. Absolutely fine too. If you're happy on that arch, lifting through the heel, we're going to come down, 2 heels down, 2 heels off. Oh, it's nice that moment when they're down, isn't it? There's still a lot of work in the thighs. Make sure we're not pitching forward through the body. Stay lifted. You're going to have just alternating heels on the end. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So nice and smooth to start. We could make that a little faster. Switching over. If it gets a little wiggly, I don't mind. Have a little bit of fun there. We're nearly done with this 1, 2 heels down. Press the legs away. Take a raise through the arms, long spine. Reach it up and opening out through your Total Barre, through second, coming around. We're going to be taking that into a first position. We're going to be taking our hip rotation. So lifting through one heel, that leg is going to rotate across. So if I was front onto you, I would just be closing the knee towards the other one and opening away. We're going to do that 4 times on one side. We're going to switch it straight back to the other and do 4 times again. Here we go. We've got 4 and 3. So it's just the knee, hip rotating. Same thing on the other side. Opposite leg staying in that turned out position. Lengthened up through the spine. Come back to the first side. We're going to take it into a little bit of a gliding foot. So the same action again. Go on, right. And we're just going to glide the foot slightly across the floor. Cross and open. So we've got 4 of those. Glide across, glide away. Everything else staying stacked over that supporting leg. Nose over sternum. Other way. I may have lost count on that one. We may have done 8. Just 4. Then we're going to add a plie. We've got bend the knees. Lengthen that supporting leg. Long spine the whole time. Switching sides again. Inwards to outwards. Noodly leg. Noodly leg. That's going to come into a full extension of the foot. Away from the floor. Brush it in, brush it out. Again, still maintaining that turn out on the supporting leg. So don't let this knee drop inwards. Try and keep lengthened. we're going to take some Fondues. It's a good ankle low. So I'm thinking of the underside of the foot sliding away from me and sliding back. On the other side, reach away. Trying to find that first position. We've got time in between each one. Let's take a glisse. That's a little glide across. Shoot the foot away. Draw it back in, inside thigh, squeeze to the other side. Draw it in. 2. You've just got 4 more. And then we're going to take a little bend of the knees. Little shift. And slowly lengthen back up again. Remove your hands. And shake that off. We're going to take that into another leg exercise today. So this is going to be an exercise for Fondue. Let's just take that down a little bit. Fondues. I'm going to come face on to you for a start. Fondue, you can think of it a little bit like a plie in terms of both knees are going to bend, but one foot is going to be peeling up to the ankle. So I'm going to place that foot in the ankle and bend 2 knees, and then come back again. That will be my Fondue action. We're going to do 4 of them in a row, so it's going to be 2 bent knees, and actually we're going to extend it to 2 straight legs. So bend it in and reach it away. 4 times coming to the front, toes in line with your nose. 4 times coming to the side. So I'm thinking about that second position, that shooting away leg that we just did, not too far to the side, not behind me, but really just visible at the corner of my eye. 4 to the side, from close front or back, whatever you prefer. 4 again to the front, 4 again to the side. We're going to rotate. Now we will be side on to the bar here, so we're going to rotate towards it. Little shifts with the heel to do 8 to the back. It's nice and low, so I can still think of lengthening upwards in the top of the body. And then we've got little pulses to the back. It's not about height of leg, it's about using the glute muscle. So if it starts going into your back, it's gone too far. Pelvis trying to stay nice and upright. Little squeezes there. Got a squirrel friend running by. We're going to be taking that side on. So place your bar to the side of you, and let's give it a go. Take this back up again. So, side on. Spin that everywhere. Here we go. We've got Fondue, reach away. So 2 bent legs, 2 straight legs, trying to move at the same rate. Growing tall through the spine. Take it to the side. So there's a little bit of balance involved here. Don't take that leg too high. And you're trying to get both legs to arrive at the same time. We're going to take that back to the front. Press down through that supporting foot, trying to keep the rotation in that working leg. So keep thinking knee wrapping outwards to the side once again. Slow the breathing a little bit. We've got our little pivots around to the side. So you're going to pivot around to face your bar. Just shift on the heel, bring that leg back in line with the shoulder. Here we go. Ooh, I'm going to shift over slightly. And take it back. 6 to go. Again, trying to maintain even turn out on both legs. Nice long spine. Last 2. In. Press that foot down. Keep it there. It's little pulses. Squeezing through the glutes. 8 to go. Wide shoulders. Proud collarbones. 5, 6, 7, last 1, release. Take a little bend, maybe a little parallel shift. Wiggle around through the hips. You're going to take that same thing on the other side, switching yourself over or moving your bar around. 4 front, 4 side, 4 front, 4 side, pivot around, 8 to the back and pulses. Here we go. 2 bent legs, 2 straight legs. I've gone a little bit too close to the bar there, I'm just going to shift away. You want a little bit of space between you and your bar. You don't want to be pressing down on it. It's just there for support. A little bit of balance. Bar is your friend. It's not my friend right now. And in. Take it out. Back to the front. Spongy knee. Spongy knee. Think really turn out that working leg and that supporting leg. You've got 1 more set to the side. Then we're going to do pivoting round. Toes reaching away from you. Long legs, not high legs, just long legs. Level through the pelvis, pivot round. Little change. Take that leg lengthening back behind the shoulder. Here we go. 1. It's Spongy knees, long spine, breathing deep into the backs of the lungs. Last two. Think glutes wrapping, inside thighs still trying to meet each other. 16 pulses. Trying to reach that big toe further away from you every time. Last 8. TBA wrapping around the waist. That's our last one. Close the legs. Take a little shift. If it's nice stepping away from your bar, long spine, you can do this with straight legs or with bent legs. Just lengthening out the back again. Tuck the tailbone to curve it in, walking in towards the bar. Have a little wiggle around there. And roll. Taking the bar back to the previous side. It's another leg one. Oh, it's leg day. Did I not warn you? I'm afraid it is leg day. We've got our cardio legs. So they're going to be taking a more of a Batman action. This one I will talk you through again slightly as well. So coming back to face onto your bar, but put it where you need it for a nice long leg to the back. We're going to be starting from a Fondue position. So we're going to take the Fondue to the front. The leg is going to swish to the back. And now either, if you're used to working in a more ballet fashion, where you're thinking about lengthening upwards, absolutely fine. If you're used to working in a more bar fitness fashion, where you're thinking lengthening away from the toes, also fine. That's the one I'm going to be doing today. You've got 12 of those. So they're going to lengthen back behind you. It's not about height of leg. I know it looks like it is, but it's really not. It's about lengthening of leg first of all. Height will come with time. 12 of those. Then we're going to take that back into a lunge. Now this can be on the ball of the foot, heel of the foot if it's available in the ankle. We're going to take a little Total Barre, and then we're going to take some knees up through the chest and back again. You can do this rising up onto a demi point if you feel stable. I'm not sure that I feel stable enough for that today. I might be doing it onto a flat foot. I've got a slight turnout on my supporting leg. I'm not worried too much about over rotating there. I just want to keep that nice and stable so I can lift through this knee and place it back. From there, we're going to change direction to the front. We'll take a Fondue to the back. We've got some attitude to the front. So that's more of a swing and a bent leg. If I do one slightly on an angle, swing with a bent leg. It's a Batman feeling, that beating feeling, but a bent knee. Think of it as a long bend rather than this little tight one in here. This one's a nice long one over here. And then we're going to finish with a set of those to the side as well. You can keep those with a bent knee, or if it's appropriate to you, you can straighten the leg. You might feel better about that once we get there. To the back, 12 times, Total Barre. A set of these knees to the front, a set of these attitudes to the front, coming to a Fondue, a set of attitudes to the side. We can take that back to a curtsy. Let's take it to a bent knee curtsy. And back to 2 bent knees. Let's do it. Last leggy thing, I promise. Well, do I? Sort of last leggy thing standing, I guess. Here we go. So 2 hands onto your bar, even turn out on both legs. Take a Fondue. Here we go. We lengthen and front. Long leg. It is cardio. It is dynamic. Take some pressure down through the bar if you need to. I've lost count. Let's do 4 more, just in case. It won't hurt. Just do a few more. Long spine, reaching away. Place that leg down. Reach the arm. Other one. Nice lengthening down from foot to toes. We're going to be bringing the knee up. Take it 1 time slow. Just track that in for yourself. Take it back again. You've got 12 of them fast. Here we go. We've got 1 and down. And again, you can take this onto the ball of the foot. If it's appropriate to you, I'm thinking of that contraction underneath through the belly, long spine in the lunge. So my gaze doesn't really change much. So it's contract and lengthen. Last 2, we're going to be changing again, lengthening up. Rotate yourself, take that leg around to the back. Either hand here or second position, attitude leg, swings front to the back. 12 of these. 12 is the magical number today. 8 to go. Does not have to be high. Try and get it on the count of the music if you can. 4 to go. If it goes high, great. Explore your range in a safe way. Take to the front, to the side. Take it back behind into a curtsy. Little bend of the knees. We're going to take it to the side again. Swoosh and back. Now this can be with that arm to the side. You can take it here. You could take a straight leg if you wanted to. Does not have to be high. Mine definitely won't be high today. And it can be bent, that's absolutely fine. You've got 4 to go. Deepen that breathing. Glutes supporting. Abdominals wrapping, that's your last one. 2 feet. Rotate. Favourite thing of the day, have a little squiggle. Maybe a little curve over if you need it. We're going to be switching to the other side. Nearly done. Second side to go. Here it is. Now I'm going to take that back to the top. 2 hands on. Have I got space? Should do. Am I going to hit the table? I think we're okay. Shift a little bit that way. Take that Fondue to the front. Long spine, you're going to pendulum forwards. 1 and 2. So I'm lengthening head away from toes. Not thinking high leg, just back leg. Squeeze with that glute muscle. You've got 4 to go. 4. Long legs. And a little bit of pressure on the bar to help steady it. Take it back, place it down. Lengthen, lengthen. Total Barre. Let's take it round. You've got knee to chest. 1 slow. 2, 3. Just place that knee, find the contraction, find the length through the spine again. Here we go. Contract, lengthen. So I'm thinking about my lower abs scooping up underneath. Again, you can take that on the ball of the foot. Try not to squeeze in through the shoulders. Keep that nice and wide. Just think downward pressure on the bar. Not gripping. Nice and proud and down. Last 2. Take it back, lengthen up. Rotate on that supporting leg. Take that leg around to the back behind the shoulder. It's going to brush forwards. Here we go. We've got swing, stand back, brush. Trying to brush through that first position that we've worked on. Try not to fall over like I am. Brush and swing. Remember, can be low. You've got 4 more to go. I think you have now anyway. Here we go. Last 2 on the end. Lengthening up that supporting side. Take it forward. Take it round all the way back. Take it into a little curtsy. Final set. Here it is. Swing and back. Get that plie going to help power you through the leg. If it's appropriate, straight leg, but don't feel that you have to. And remember, it's slightly forward. It's not straight to the side. Get it where you can see it, the same way we did with our glisses, with our tendus, with our fondues. That's your last one. And release. Let's take the little figure 4 stretch. Take the foot across, sitting down on your invisible chair. Whew. Those turnout muscles. Having a little stretch. When you are ready, coming back again. Switch to the other side, take it across, sit down. Whew. Feeling like cardio suddenly, isn't it? When the breathing starts to slow again afterwards. We're going to take that leg back behind us. 2 heels down, calf long into the floor. If you want to hold that stretch longer, absolutely fine, hip pause, otherwise switch it over to the other leg. That sounds upbeat, doesn't it? Now that sounds to me like a standing 100. So I guess we've got to do one of those. So, moving your bar, your chair away. We are done with this now. You can come over here. Whoa, don't hit your fireplace. Come back. I forgot the sheet was there. Sorry about that. Just my bed sheets in the background. Sorry. It's there now. There we go. We've done 9/10 of the video. It's going to stay there. So we have our 100. Standing on 2 feet to start. Little pulses through the arms. Just get them going. So we're thinking of pressing back nice and strong, right from the top of the arm. I'm also squeezing little mini oranges into my armpits at the same time. I'm trying not to let my hips sway forwards and back. So my glutes are wrapping as well. Let's take it into a turned out first position today. And if we feel happy, let's take it into a little coup de pied by the ankle. You need to move the arm back to escape your turned out leg, absolutely fine. Take the knee up if it's appropriate. If it's not working to have the arm and the knee that close, bring it back to parallel, absolutely fine. If it is, keep thinking about that turn out on two sides. Start taking that leg back down, switch it over to the other one, and back to the ankle. Wide collarbones, proud shoulders. If it's appropriate, lifting the knee a little higher. Length on both sides of the body. Try not to pinch backwards in the chest, keep lifting up and forwards. Think the ball of the foot, the centre of gravity. We're going to start bringing that leg back down. Bring it back to parallel. Keep the arms pulsing. They're nearly done. 8, 7, 6. And you are done there. Release. We're going to be coming down to the floor. A little bit of core work to finish off. I'll let that. Now let's jump that on. It's a little bit too speedy for the next. Coming down safely to the floor. Supine position on the ground, nice and long through the body. We're going to take the arms along by the side. We're going to take it into a neutral pelvis, 2 hip bones, pubic bone, trying to come to the same horizontal plane. We're going to take a few ab curls. So we're going to breathe it in to nod the chin. We're going to exhale, flex up in the top of the spine only. So this still wants to stay neutral. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Don't worry, we'll get more involved for this later. But at the moment, upper abdominals curving you. Let's take 2 breaths. We're going to exhale up. We're going to inhale down. Release the head every time in between. Try not to hold tension through the neck. Now, it doesn't have to be fast to be effective. You're thinking about really curling into yourself and down. Let's place the hands behind the head. Slightly more challenge, carrying more weight through the abs, but supporting for the neck. Curve it up. Lengthen down. We're going to take another position again through the spine. We're going to take a little imprinting. So that's my mini contraction between ribs and hips. Did you see that? So I've got a little mini contraction. We're going to take one leg, 2 legs into our tabletop position. So lower back dropping towards the floor. And then we're going to take our ab curls again. Exhale, flex it up. Inhale, bring it down. So I'm thinking inside thighs squeezing together, glutes wrapping around underneath, trying to get knees and shins together. And I'm thinking about my elbows staying wide, but visible at the corners of my arms, my eyes. Don't let them drop down. We're going to change this up once again, so it's going to go to the side and down. Move with your own breathing to start. We can almost pick up the pace. So I'm flexing and rotating across. I'm thinking of my armpit trying to get near my thigh, not my elbow near my knee, because I want that rotation in the body. So my obliques do the work. My lazy obliques for me. Trying to get them to do a little more. If you want to, you can extend the opposite leg to the way that you're turning. So you've got extend, in, and extend, in. If you wanted to, you could stay flexed up in between. And if you wanted to, we could pick up the pace for the last few. Reaching across with the chest, not with the elbow. Last 2 to either side. 2 and 1. Return. Head and shoulders, opening the knees. Cross the ankles. You thought you were done, you're not quite done. Lengthening down through the top of the spine. A little bit more for these guys down here now, lower abdominals. Palms to the floor. We're going to think of our knees curling up and over. And back down again. So imagine hedgehog here, can't crush it with your thighs. You've got to lift up and over them. You don't want to squidge down and go for a roll. Well, that's nice and easy. That's like a nice little break. Have one of those just for fun. Whee! And then realize that you need to do the opposite. You need to lift up and over and come back. Try and keep those shoulders wide. Come back again. So you're only coming back as far as that imprint position. Let's cross the ankles the other way. Couple more. And when I say a couple, You know it's like 5. Can't believe I left this bed sheet here. No matter how much you think you've prepared, there will be something you've overlooked every time. Last 2, I promise. And then we have one more thing on the end. If you need a moment to bring your legs to your chest and have a little rest, please do. Otherwise, 2 legs to the sky, they can be slightly bent. We're going to take a lower away to a diagonal. And we're going to slowly bring that back up again. No bouncing, just lengthening long legs. It's not about how low, it's about how much you can maintain your imprint position. And I'm thinking about my inside thighs wrapping around together, glutes wrapping underneath to support. It's tricky if it gets further away, keep breathing. If in doubt, exhale, inhale. Let's go for 2 more. Slow it down. Think nice and wide through the collarbones. You can hear in my voice, it's getting tricky. It's getting tough. Last one. And slowly up. Bring the knees in. Well done. The trick is not to swing the legs back with momentum. The trick is to keep them going nice and smooth at the same rate, so they're not in danger of pinging into the back. We can come to standing. Gently bring yourself up. In fact, why don't we have a little side bend while we're down here? Stretching out those obliques that we're working so hard in our rotation. Lengthen it up and over. And coming back up to sitting. Other way, breathe it in. Big curve all the way from sit bones through the spine to the top of the head. Arm is just framing. One more time. We're going to come around into a little crouch position. Sun is slowly rising for me. Sitting back, letting the heels drop down, curve it over. We're going to press the heels down into the floor and slowly roll through the spine. Really find that articulation through the back, up towards the top of the head. And we are done. Thank you very much.